Mariners continue to take down the Astros, winning 3-1. And I'm going to break down this whole game, the key performers, Kirby, Julio, and a little game preview for the next game of the series. Hi, everyone. My name is Sam Edwards. Thanks so much for joining me on the show. I appreciate it. If you're on YouTube, make sure you freaking subscribe. This show comes out Monday through Friday. If you enjoy daily Mariners content, let's lock in, baby. Let's break down this game real quick. First off, going into this game, Yordan Alvarez. Obviously, we know him as the man that haunts our dreams. Honestly, he's just a stupid good hitter, and this season is no different. Last year was different, and now coming into this season, he is finally healthy, which is a little unfortunate for us Mariners fans coming into this game. 185 plate appearances for Yordan, 13 homers, a 13 walk percentage, only a 15.7 K percentage, 314 isolated power, a 314 batting average, 416 on base, and a 628 slugging percentage. 184 runs created plus. He's a dominant hitter, one of the best hitters in baseball. We knew it was going to be a struggle. And the fact that we were able to all but shut him down. He went 1 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. That's as good as it's going to get, I think. Yeah, I'm super happy with this. We start in the second inning. Cal Raleigh continues to struggle. EKs to start off this inning. Randy hits a single. Luke Raley walks to get 2 men on. JP lines out. Can't get anything going. Canzone hits a single the other way, and it's bobbled by the left fielder. So Randy is able to scramble home. Cole Young comes up next. He singles in. Raley, who is just barely able to score, just gets his hand in there. Honestly, I really thought he was out off the first watch, and then on the replay, it does look like he just barely gets in there, which, hats off to Raley for getting that done. Third inning, J-Rod starts off with a solo shot, which I'm going to cover him in a couple moments. That was a beautiful pull homer over the Crawford boxes, 106 miles per hour on the exit velocity. Beautiful hit. Absolutely beautiful. Fastball up in the zone. Absolutely destroys it. Fifth inning, Altuve starts this off with a single. The Astros get their scoring done versus Kirby, finally for them. Yordan gets his one hit. Like I said, we'll take it. Double down the line. Naylor touches it. It looks like it goes foul. It maybe would have, maybe wouldn't have. Either way, I don't think it would have if Naylor hadn't touched it. But either way, it doesn't matter. Naylor touches it, tries to catch it, bounces off his glove, it goes foul. But Altuve did read it correctly. Paredes, who had 3 hits for himself, Isaac Paredes, singles in Altuve to score the Astros 1 run this game. And listen, man, as much as Kirby gets a lot of credit, and I'll cover him in a moment and how he attacked these hitters, the credit to the Mariners bullpen. Nick Davila pitches a scoreless inning, not facing the top of the lineup or anything like that, but still gets gets a scoreless inning, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Good for him, man. Good for him. That's his third inning so far in the majors so far for Davila. I was calling him Avila yesterday, and yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad. Davila, Avila, you know who I'm talking about. But either way, good to see him get a scoreless sixth inning. Seventh inning, Donovan makes a beautiful dive on a Altuve hit and throws him out. Good to see from him. Criswell took down Altuve, Yordan, and Paredes. Impressive. Impressive nonetheless. Criswell gets an inning, a clean inning, 1 strikeout, strikes out Yordan, which was impressive. Throwing that slider and that sinker, they were working for him. And that was great to see. Luzardo comes in. Damn. Pizarro comes in for walks Christian Walker to start off the inning and then gets 3 straight strikeouts. Great to see from him. Good rebound outing from Bizardo. Super proud. And then Munoz comes in for the shutdown ninth. It was overall a solid game. Very solid. Kirby keeps us in the game. The bullpen keeps us in the game. And the offense does just to get by, which I'm going to need this offense to get off to a better start, especially in today's game on Tuesday. But we'll get there in a second. Let's break down George Kirby here. 5 innings pitched. He finally got the K's going. What's going on with the sinker here? 5 innings pitched, 7 hits given up, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 7 hard hits, but only 3 of them were line drives, and no hard hit fly balls, which is huge and a big reason why Kirby is able to limit the damage that he has been able to. Now, why do I say the sinker is not great? He threw it 33% of the time, and he threw the sweeper 33% of the time because that's basically what he is versus righty batters. And the Astros have a lot of righty batters. So it was kind of the expectation the sweeper usage was going to be increased. And I know he throws the sinker more to righties, but I was kind of hoping he was going to go a little bit more four seam action. It's tough to judge how these performed, really, because the sinker came in 33% usage, which is definitely up from the last start because he was facing a lot more lefties in the last start. It got 3 whiffs, 2 called strikes. For a pitch thrown 33% of the time, 3 whiffs and 2 called strikes, a 15.2 CSW percentage, and a 57 strike percentage is just not enough, in my opinion. I just don't think that did well enough. That needs to do better. Now, the sweeper did come through. Threw it 33% of the time. He got 4 whiffs, 4 called strikes on the pitch. That comes up to a 24 CSW percentage, a CSW percentage, 57 strike percentage as well on the sweeper. It got whiffs, I guess. 4 whiffs is not, but it's just not. It's not doing a whole lot. I mean, he still got some strikeouts, but it's proof that he still gave up the 7 hits over 5 innings pitched and 2 walks because he couldn't get strikes. He couldn't hit strikes. And listen, 2 walks is not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But 9 base runners over 5 innings pitched, you need those 7 Ks to be able to get out of that, to be able to prove that dominance. The four-seamer did fantastic. But he only threw it 23% of the time. Throw the four-seamer more, dude. I know you have a plan of sinker and sweepers versus the righty batters, but the four-seamer is better. It's just straight up better. 23% usage. 5 whiffs, 3 called strikes, 34.8 CSW, and an 82 strike percentage. At a certain point, you got to start throwing the four-seamer more, Kirby. Got to throw the four-seamer more. I know it doesn't act as well as the sweeper and sinker do versus righty batters, but if you can't throw it for strikes, then it doesn't freaking matter. Four-seamer's a better pitch. Just straight up a better pitch. And when he has the four-seamer working, Kirby is a better pitcher. Weirdly enough, Kirby is way more efficient when he's facing lefty batters. But he's going to get more strikeouts, most likely, versus righties because he can start with the sinker inside and get them swinging on the sweeper outside. Kind of a weird dynamic here. I've been calling for Kirby to get more strikeouts. We've been kind of waiting for that. If he gets more strikeouts, I think it's actually going to be at the sacrifice of his efficiency, of his ability to go deeper into games, and maybe overall effectiveness as well. I don't think this was his best game. And this was a game where he had 7 Ks, performed pretty well. Theoretically, just more base runners because of it, because he can't throw strikes. Couldn't throw as many strikes. If your top 2 pitches are at 57 strike percentage, that means we've got a problem. And you need the four-seamer to come through as that third pitch. Now, all his other pitches did not do very much at all because he does not throw them very often versus righty batters. Because generally he hasn't needed to, but the sinker and sweeper just did not perform as well as they usually do. and as well as he has before. So maybe this was just an off day. Maybe I'm judging too much. Maybe I'm inferring a little too much for going forward in the season that the strikeouts won't come unless he's just less efficient, which is possible, but I don't want to like totally call it off in that way. Kirby's still a dope pitcher, and he's still, yeah, just a great addition to this lineup. So fair is fair. Good job, Kirby. Keep fighting, bro. Keep fighting. Maybe bring in that four seamer a little bit more. That's my thought process. J Rod is off to his best start ever, but not on defense. Offensively, that's what we're going to break down here. 182 plate appearances so far into this season. J Rod, he had a solo shot in this game and another hit, another infield hit, actually. The speed is there. 7 homers so far for J Rod, 3 stolen bases, a 7.7 walk percentage, 23.1 K percentage, 175 isolated power, a 277 batting average, 331 on base, 452 slugging, 351 WOBA, a little bit lower, 341 expected WOBA, 128 runs created plus. And I know what you're thinking. 128 runs created plus sounds about where we expect J Rod to be. But as we know, he's a freaking slow starter. As we know, he's not the guy that's going to start off hot. Shout out to Just Baseball for these stats right here. Through May 11th, since 2022, this year, like I said, he's hit 277 with a 128 runs created plus and a 790 on OPS. 790 OPS. That is by far his best OPS over the past 5 years. Yeah. 2025 through May 11th. He had a 228 batting average, a 711 OPS, and a 106 runs created plus. 2024 is a 247 batting average, 591 OPS, and a 78 runs created plus. 2023 was a 654 OPS, 84 runs created plus, and 2022 was a 657 OPS and a 94 runs created plus. At this point in the season, he's got a 790 OPS and a 128 runs created plus. Pretty dope. Shout out to Just Baseball for those stats. It's a good baseball account. They do a good job. They've got a lot of good podcasts on their podcast network. Shout out to Just Baseball. I want to. I maybe you feel like I shout out people too often. I want to appreciate the baseball content creators that I consume, I appreciate, and that have been doing it for a long time. Just Baseball I followed since they started. So hats off to them. And this is a super helpful stat for me. I mean, it's super helpful for us to just contextualize how well J Rod is doing because I think it's really easy to pull up the Fangraphs page and go, pull up the Savant page. 89 exit velocity. Sorry, 89.4 exit velocity, 8.9 barrel percentage, and a 41.9 hard hit percentage. Good stats. He's doing fine. It's not like he's tearing the cover off the ball or anything. He's not like destroying the baseball compared to what he has done overall the past couple of seasons. But if you put it into context of how J Rod is as a player, he tends to heat up very much as the weather gets warmer in the second half for the most part, usually starting around June or so. He heats up to one of the best players in baseball as we have known him to be. But now we finally have a season where he can start off like a good player. He's not below average, finally, through this point in the season. Last season, we finally saw him 106 runs created plus through this point in the season. Finally, felt like it's finally showing something. Because all prior to that was not good. Not good performance. So, good for J Rod. I'm glad to see. Like I said, he is not tearing the cover off the ball. The hard hit metrics are nothing amazing. He is doing something slightly different, though. His pull error percentage is dramatically from his career average 19.4 pull error percentage. If you're new to the show, if you're new to Baseball Savant, It's a super valuable stat. And if you know anything about Isaac Paredes on the Houston Astros, you'll know he is the king of this. He is the king of hitting. When he hits a fly ball, he is pulling it. And when you pull a fly ball, the chances you are going to hit a home run go up that much more. And it's a sneaky valuable stat to see why a guy might be overperforming in the home run category versus his barrel percentage, you know? And J Rod's doing it right now, man. He is doing it. And once he really heats up, the season overall could be the best of his career, honestly. We could be on our way to the best J Rod season ever. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Game preview for game two versus the Astros. We've got Bryan Woo going back on the mound after his rebound start. Super great to see him absolutely dominate over 6 innings, only one hit given up. Was it 9 Ks, 7 Ks? What was it last start? I can't even remember. He killed it. He absolutely killed it, and I'm excited to see him go against this Astros lineup. The Astros lineup is very good. It's still good, and he does still scare me because I didn't fully understand why Wu was getting destroyed the way he was, and that's kind of what scares me the most. But we're going against Tatsuya Imai, the Japanese starting pitcher that the Astros signed in the offseason. He was supposed to be one of their best, if not their best, starting pitcher. He has been terrible so far for the start of his major league career. He is just coming off injury, so who knows how long he's going to go in this start. I'm going to need to see the Mariners get this offense cooking. I'm going to need to see them step up. I'm going to need to see Cal wake the freak up, dude. Let's get going. We got to break out of this slump and get him going. It felt like there was a moment early on in the season where he was in that slump, in that slump, in that slump, and then boom, he broke out of it. Apparently not. And maybe it's an injury. I know he was dealing with something. We had him benched for a little while. I was like, why not just we got Pareda up already, Johnny Pareda and Mitch Garver. They're not amazing players, but it's not like Cal is either right now. So why not either just drop him in the lineup or throw him on the IL, give him a solid 15 days, relax him a little bit, and then we can roll from here. I don't know why they didn't do it personally. That would have been my mindset. We'll see what happens. We got Bryan Woo back on the mound, which is gonna be good. Nimai has not been very good, so I need to see this offense start cooking, baby. Josh Naylor's got to get going. Julio's been rolling. Donovan is back. I want to see Donovan get back to his old ways to see what he was doing in the beginning of the season. Got to get him. He's had a series to warm up already. Let's go, Donovan. Let's go, baby. Young has been hitting the ball hard. Let's go. Let's go.